We had COVID-19, our economy was already on its belly, suffering from hyperinflation, lack of productivity, food insecurity caused by drought and bad policy framework, policy inconsistency across the board, unprecedented corruption, a dearth of leadership. That means there is no leadership across the board. We have lost good, quality, solid, visionary, competent leadership. After the storm, we need to make a turn, but that turn has to assist us to deal with the stronghold of our time, the stronghold of Zimbabwe. 40 years later, look at where we are, a country living in squalor. There is a stronghold that has held us together like this. We've gone for 40 years. We've done everything we have done over the past 40 years. Look at where we are. The nations have tried to help us. We have tried to help ourselves. Look at where we are. There is definitely a stronghold in our nation that needs to be delivered. Post this perfect storm, we need to deal with something bigger. We have to leave this mountain of strongholds and move to God's promises. This nation has strongholds that it needs to deal with. Let's not waste time, the coming storm, and just get on the other side and then come back and business is as usual. Saints, it must never be business as usual after this storm. Never. We must never again go back to where we were. As you're locked down there, you cannot go back to the same person that you were before you checked in and before you went through the storm. As we go into this storm, I want to encourage you to go through a transformation, a change, a complete transformation of everything around you. And I'm speaking this into our nation too, that Zimbabwe cannot continue on this squalor behavior. We must make the turn so that generations to come will say, look, it is in that year, the 40th year, when we were struck with coronavirus, we made a turn. We handled our legion. Our forefathers and our forebears could not handle it anymore, so they made the turn.